Environmental Advisory Council. Bob, did you want to speak on this?
I'm Bob King, co-chairman of the Environmental Advisory Committee. And originally I was going to give Julia just a report of the Environmental Advisory Committee. And in particular what's happened is we are starting to look at LED lighting for street lights in Newtown Borough. And I had made contact with a gentleman named Steve Carr. He's with Valley Lighting. And originally I had just invited him to the EAC, and I was going to just ask Julia to invite members of the public and anybody from Borough Council who was interested to come to the meeting. In my discussions with Mr. Carr, however, he has also arranged for a lighting representative to come with him, and he wanted to have a little more formal discussion of the different types of lighting available, what types of savings we might realize if we convert to LED lighting or induction lighting. And as a result, I thought it would be better if I came here and made a personal presentation just on what he has expected. He's also asked that the borough engineer, if you would authorize her to go to the meeting, because then he'd be able to take a look at so, you know, he's looked at the costs for lighting in the borough at this time, and I think most of you are aware that street lighting in Newtown Borough is a fairly large number. And it's hoped that, you know, we can sort of get an idea of how much money we could save by converting to either LED or induction lighting, and also what the cost of conversion is. Now, he doesn't have all those figures, but if the engineer was there, he would be able to sort of talk to her about what her understanding of the lighting situation in Newtown Borough was, and we could have a little more formal discussion that way. So I think, you know, at this point what I would do is just ask, make sure that everybody feels welcome to come to the meeting. We are going to be looking at new types of lighting. We anticipate that it will be much more economical, much more efficient, but there will be cost involved. And to that end, I'd also like to request that you authorize the borough engineer to attend the meeting.
And this meeting is on the 16th?
It would be March 17th or 16th at 7 o'clock. It's our regular EAC meeting.
At Borough Hall.
At Borough Hall. While you're thinking about that, I also was asked to just give a quick update on the open space plan. About 3 weeks ago, I forwarded our last changes to the EAC plan to the Heritage Conservancy. They're in the process of working on that right now. I was hopeful we might get it for this coming EAC meeting. I haven't had a chance to talk to Sue lately, so I'll have to check to see how we are on that. But it should be coming in very soon. And the final thing is that I just wanted to sort of, once again, I've talked to the Planning Commission and I've talked to certain members of Borough Council about how important the Newtown Creek area is to our open space plan. I know that you're all cognizant of the fact that there are development plans floating around. I'd also like to encourage you to make sure that the creek area is protected and look at various ways that we can make sure that the creek area is used for the benefit of the whole community. And one of the ideas that I've talked to a few people about, and perhaps the solicitor can think about it a little bit too, is possibly having a plan whereby we would take the open space, or at least a portion of the open space along the creek, have that actually donated to the borough. They would be owners of that land, but calculated into the open space requirement of the whole development. That way, the density wouldn't be affected, but we would have control and be able to do what we would want to do with the creek area. So I just was throwing that out as a possibility of how we can protect the creek area, have it for the use of our residents, and not cost us any money. And thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, I don't know if you can give me a decision on the engineer tonight.
We'll ask for that. Thank you very much, Bob. Any questions for Bob?
Question and comment, Bob. I appreciate your comments about the creek. I think it's a great idea, and Warren Waldorf's here, Chairman of the Planning Commission. I'm sure he's listened, and we'll take it to heart. I want to go back to the LED suggestion, and that's a great idea to look at the lights. I'm a little concerned, in all candor, that we're talking about, is it a contractor? Is Valley in the business?
Yes, he is in the business, but he had, I mean, I've talked, he's worked with Newtown Township. He did the, if you were at the intersection of Eagle Road and Swamp Road where they put the new lights in, those are LED lights right there, right by the Wendy's. He's also put the LED lights out on Norwood Avenue for the township. Right now he's working on LED street lights for Langhorne Borough. And I think he is a contractor, but he works with Northampton. I called Pat today. He worked with Northampton as far as their lighting is concerned. He does a lot of work with them. So and he worked with Pickering and Courts. So
I'm not questioning for a moment.
No, I know. He is a contractor. Yes.
He's got depth, and it sounds like he's got a lot of municipal experience.
Yes.
I'm thinking down the road to a point where if we were to go out for bid, for instance, on this as a contract, he's come in early and had the opportunity to present and even had the ear of EAC members, maybe some council members, and our borough engineer. I'm a little concerned about that. If it was a nonprofit or a purely kind of educational group that was presenting it, that'd be one thing. But in all candor, my concern is, as well-intentioned as I know you are, that it's still a contractor who could be in a bidding situation down the road in the borough on this.
No, and I think that's...
So it gives me pause then to say, well, we'll send and pay the engineer to listen to a contractor who may be bidding down the road.
Right. No, and I think that's a good point.
It's up to the EAC if they want to invite the contractor in. I'd be hesitant and actually very reluctant to authorize the engineer be paid by the borough to go to that for that very reason.
No, I
they
think
could very well be.
Yeah, I think that's a good consideration.
Okay. Otherwise, great idea. I'd like to go and listen myself.
Any other questions?
Any other questions for Bob? Okay. And I know the EAC has been talking about a lot of different ideas of ways to reduce the energy costs for the borough, particularly towards reducing our carbon footprint and so on. So, do I have a motion to send the borough engineer to the EAC? Does anyone wish to make that motion, or do we want to just allow the EAC to have this meeting, and those of us who are interested in attending will attend? Okay, I think it'll just be a meeting for those who are interested, and at the point at which Borough Council wants to take this more seriously, certainly our borough engineer could be authorized to be involved. Thank you very much.